everybody. It's been a little bit, but I'm really excited to bring Jerrica Kontos on here. Say hi, Jerrica.
Hello, hello.
All right. So we've got a little bit of a delay too. She's got some good stuff going on over at her house, but for now, she's good. So really quickly, we've had a lot of questions about Jerrica joining the Ciprani Consulting team and what is she going to do as the director of consulting here. She is going to handle lots and lots of things. But in the beginning here, what we did is we announced her. We let everybody know that she was going to have 10 lightning round sessions with people. Those went within days, and it was over a holiday too. So we kind of thought that it wasn't going to go that fast, but they went really fast. And Jerica's been having a blast, having conversations with some of our past clients and potential future clients. And so we thought we would open up another 10 spots. But for right now, what I would love to do is formally announce Jerica online here. And I would love for Jerica to just give you some background as to who she is and what she's doing with us. But just talk us through how did you become you, Jerica? Like, what can you do to help people in the future too?
Yeah, so excited. I'm really, really excited to be here and excited to be partnered with you and Steve. It's super fun. Like I was thinking the other day, I'm like, we met so long ago when I used you guys to hire, which was really fun. So I started in real estate, gosh, almost a decade ago. Time flies.
Yep.
As an executive assistant for a husband and wife team. And we built a real estate team, an independent brokerage, and then also a wholesale flip business. All three really fast. So I have mastered very quickly how to both handle multiple team owners and multiple businesses at the same time. So lots of plates spinning all the time, everywhere. It made me learn really, really fast, which I loved. And I've been coaching and consulting for, gosh, just about 3 years now. I do hundreds of calls a year, which I absolutely love. I'm very lucky to do that as my main gig. So, I have a lot of different real estate experience from, luxury to new construction to investors to development. I love real estate, but most importantly, I love business building. And that's why I love consulting and why I'm here. So, yeah,
Yep. And
exciting.
we had a ton. I mean, I had put up a post. Once we kind of knew we needed this position, I had put up a Facebook post, and obviously it was sent to you by somebody that you were a coach for, which is Christy. And so that was really awesome. She thought you'd be a good fit. And but on top of that, we had like I don't know, like hundreds of people that applied. And we were really looking for somebody that had the real estate experience and building businesses within real estate and then coaching real estate businesses. But then also somebody who, was a consultant with small business. And we had a lot of people apply that had been, consulting for small businesses and really thought they'd be good. But that real estate piece was only there for like 40 some applicants. So it was really fun when you applied because, I've known you for years and I just felt like, oh my gosh, this is somebody that like maybe can rival me in my speed and what I do and what I'm building. And so it was really fun to get to know you better through the interview process and kind of take you through that. What I need people to know is that like we had a really high bar for this and we did do a lot of interviews. And we did a lot of projects with people too. It was like, hey, what do you think you might want to bring to this? And like, what have you done? And we really took our time. So I don't know, we probably talked for I mean, a good amount of time before we made the decision to kind of partner up here. And so, yeah, so this was well thought out, well planned, and I think well executed here as we kind of start to roll things out. So let's talk through like what are a few things that you have already talked about lightning round wise with some of these people, and then
Yeah.
what things can they pick your brain? And by the way, friends, like again, this is not just real estate. So she has built other businesses and she's coached other businesses. And so we would love for you, if you're not in the real estate space, like schedule with Jerrica. It's a free session. She can really help poke holes in certain things in business. But like, what have you talked about so far? And what are some things that they could kind of talk through with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the sessions that people have been scheduling or conversations I've been having so far have been really awesome and 100% not real estate specific. So a lot of stuff around like team accountability and productivity, which is one of my favorite things. A lot of conversations about team culture and like setting standards and creating a culture that really matters to people and keeps them in productivity and, treats people as people, which is really awesome. Something I think you're really good at, Lindsay. And then a lot about just like, I'm a bottleneck in my business and I don't know how to not be. And I think anybody who's been an entrepreneur or who has run a small business like knows what that feels like to be like, I'm the person that this is like starting with and stopping with, and I'm preventing my team from really being empowered and like moving forward really quickly. So that's been like some of my sessions have been so far. Some other small business areas that I love to talk about. I love numbers. Love data, super nerdy, earned these glasses. So don't be afraid to reach out if anybody's like, I don't know how to set my goals. I have no idea how to figure out, like, I always like to call it like creating a crystal ball in your business. Like, I have no idea how for my business to be predictable or to create predictability in it. That's one of my favorite conversations. So that's one of the things I feel like is a starting place for me with a lot of small businesses, especially outside of real estate. I think inside real estate, a lot of teams and businesses have like some general foundation of that because like we dial back to like this is the number of appointments I need and things like that. And I think in a lot of other businesses that's not a practice or a formula that they're taught. And so I think that's definitely something that in addition to the other topics, but especially in other small businesses outside of real estate, that's a big need for people.
Yeah. Um, so also we've had her already have conversations with some people that are like, do I have the right person in place? Do I
Yeah.
not? What does that look like? So Jerrica is spearheading some of those combos. And actually, that's a really hard conversation to have because, just talking to one person, or even if we get to talk to the other person too, like you have to ask the right questions and really figure out like, and it takes some time before we can say, yes, you've got the right person in place and they're doing all right, or they're going to be all right, or no, we don't
Yeah.
think you do. One conversation is really hard there. But I think there are certain things that you can ask, right? And certain
Hmm.
questions you can ask to kind of help figure out, hey, are these issues that can be overcome or fixed, or are they reoccurring issues that, hey, we just aren't willing to make the move and know what we got to do. And you just need somebody else to say, yes, you got to make this change.
Yeah.
So that's one too. But let me circle back to like, I know forecasting is like this scary, horrible thing that most people don't do. And that's like one of your favorite things. So like, talk to us a little bit about some of that. Like, what would that look like if somebody was like, hey, I want to do my lightning round on like numbers? Like, Jerrica really likes that, and like forecasting, and how do I know what we're gonna make, and so on. Like, what might you do during this lightning round that'll actually give them some peace of mind, or maybe be like, oh, yeah, this was super worth it?
Yeah, so I actually just had one of those. That was a team leader that came to me and they were like, I don't know if our team's profitable because of our splits or
Mhm.
something else. Like they thought that maybe their splits were not the right thing. So we went through and we put together some formulas for her to take back to her P&L to be able to calculate together.
Mhm.
Obviously, in 30 minutes, you don't have a full, even an hour. You may not have the full time to go through all the numbers kind of holistically in the way that you need to, but we can definitely figure out what numbers need to be calculated, and then we can teach you how to calculate them so that you can kind of take that and go back. But it's like things like your lead source ROI, what is your profitability per agent, profitability per transaction, a lot of those types of things for you to kind of determine. That'll just help you like zero in and pinpoint on what specific area the profitability problems may be coming from.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
just one example. But I also think too, just going back to like the, regular forecasting, like, do you have any sort of data collection process in place? And is it easy? Because I really am a firm believer that your system should do all the tracking for you.
Yeah, love that. All right, so we're open up 10 more sessions. Those are
Yep.
free for anybody who's listening here. And then obviously you have spots open as well in order to coach and consult. And so if you would like to chat with Jerrica about that or us, you can email very easily sales@cipraniconsulting.com, or reach out to Jerrica, which is Jerrica at sopraniconsulting.com. You can text us obviously at our business number too. That's all online, but we are here to help, and we will stick the sign up for the 10 sessions below this. So when I'm finished, I'll put a comment in there, and you can obviously get in touch. Derek, is there anything else that they need to know about you before they
Ooh.
sign up?
No, I don't. I guess the only thing to know about is I'm fast and furious. That's the only thing that you really need to know. Like we're gonna really dig in fast. There's not a lot of fluff going on in my meeting. So I'm like, all right, let's jump in. Let's figure out how to make this valuable, get a return on your time. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So action takers only.
I love it. If you've ever done one of these with me, you know that I've done them for years. Most people walk away with a lot of value just from that half an hour or something they can do to move the goalpost or the needle forward. And so I'm excited that Jerrica's doing these. We might open them up for a bunch of our consultants here in a little bit, including myself. So if you have interest in this stuff, reach out to us. Always ask. We are here to serve you. Obviously, she's helping as well in the recruiting side. So if you have questions there, Jerrica, those spaces could be used for that too. So we're all
Absolutely.
connected and working together. So Jerrica, we're so excited to have you around. It's so awesome. And thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for coming on here.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay.